Hi, Kevin Blanch. I want to clear up something real quick about derivatives. Yeah, Grant Wood, to all you artists, he lived atop of the morgue. You do know that. He was kind of disturbed. But isn't that the great thing, what we've turned into? But I want to clear up some confusion. Yes, and I'm a working class guy. It's not uncommon for me to do a fresco in one day, teach a class in one freaking day, do a YouTube freaking video. God only knows what else. I'm a man of many freaking... I don't answer to nobody. I'm all contract work, but I want to clear up something about derivatives because of this ignorance. Oh, them derivatives are evil. Yeah, the credit default swaps that were created over the whole mortgage package thing was a freaking nightmare mess. But was it the credit default swap? Was it the derivative who causes? Hell no. Was it a symptom? Yeah. Did these big funds hedge up properly in the derivatives market using the credit CDSs and the credit default swap? Yeah. AIG never paid, they were a bad bookie. Now let's be clear about derivatives. Okay, we have three types of derivatives in this country. We have futures. They've been around since the time of man. They're as old as this country. We have options, which are derivatives on equities, on stocks, early 1980s. And then we have the dreaded credit default swap, who everybody is demonized, which in reality, look, let's get real about this mortgage thing that started to grow up and grow up and grow up over the last 10 years. Whose fault was that thing? My view is lack of regulation. Look, you had mortgage brokers on the local level for you. You had people just flocking in, buying houses that should never have these houses. They were going in, buying second, third homes, flipping. It was easy money without work, and there's the fallacy of America, which comes over and over and over and over. Somehow we've got in our heads, you can create wealth without hard work. There's the problem with America. There's all the problems. Look. They started to create the derivative because they were scared of these gigantic, gargantuous packages they were holding. Was there corruption selling them to people that shouldn't be? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Is there crooks on Wall Street? Oh yeah, but there's crooks in every industry. There are honest people on Wall Street? Yeah. But 90% of us have all been replaced by a computer anyway. But as far as futures go, I like to quote Steinbeck in The Grapes of Wrath. I started trading. You know, Caleb bought all that, made the big score in the futures market, burns the money, I can relate. I started trading futures at 14 years old in the great cattle pits here, right here in Ogden, Utah. I grew up on a ranch mile. I seen guys carrying suitcases of cash. We used to go into a room like this, you know, freaking guys, millions spread out in cash. They are America, and the market's gambling, whatever. But as far as derivatives go, they can be the most beautiful thing in the world. They are used for protection when used properly. Now, I like to gamble and buy out of the market because I refuse to give these CEO creeps 1 cent of my money. These Chinese exploiters, they're not getting a penny from me. I won't buy stocks. I've never owned a stock. I buy the derivatives because they are abstract. Now, when it comes to futures and options, remember this. A future contract on a commodity, whether it be wheat, that's what keeps ranchers in the game. That's what keeps miners in. Without these things, there would be no industries. I taught right here, and there's a certain oil freaking company right here, Flying J, which was founded and built up for years and years, and some punk asses who came through my classes who were taught how to freaking trade futures refused to do it. They bought into the hype, and they wiped out that entire country that took Jay freaking all those decades to build up this map. They took it down in 2 weeks because they bought into this freaking neocon, Glenn Beck radical hype that freaking oil's going to $400 a barrel. So they bought a month's worth of inventory, or 2 or 3 months worth of inventory, and paid a ridiculous sum when oil was $150 a barrel. And they refused to hedge in the futures market. When they were taught that's what you always do. And the freaking oil fell back to freaking $90 like that, they bankrupted the company in 2 weeks. Just a handful of idiots, of morons. That's why these things are so important. They are abstract from the hard commodity. They're abstract, the option, from the equity. They are not evil. You guys, I love these guys. Hey, derivatives are bad. You know what? Do your homework. Don't watch 4 YouTube videos and read a Wikipedia page. Fucking get fucking educated. These are sophisticated subject matter. And that's why the true real hedge funds make money year in, year out, because they're smart, they're educated, they've done hard. Learning derivatives is like learning a foreign language. It is complex, it is hard. They're very important to world economies. They're very important to the American economy. They're as American as apple pie, the futures contract. The equities, the derivative on equities, they're a beautiful thing. you can really honestly guarantee a rate of return. You can do it. You buy a high dividend yield stock for 6-7%. You buy the protection underneath it for a few percent. And you can guarantee. Now, guys like Madoff were saying they were doing that, 10%, but look, there's only so many derivatives out there. I mean, for him to do what he was doing, there would have had to been a derivative floor the size of Texas. Everybody who was in the inn, when I was on Wall Street, everybody knew it was a scam. The SEC refused to do anything because the SEC is a joke, because we don't regulate anything, because we're a free market fairy tale. Look, options are not evil. Futures are not, derivatives are not evil. Even the credit default swaps, you can say whatever you want about it. They were not the problem. Were they the symptom? Yeah. And this country loves to treat symptoms. They won't get to the root and the heart of the problem like the science fiction economics of 0% interest rate that we've had for 10 years. You know, that fairy tale freaking Alan Greenspan, Ayn Rand radical philosophy that we take that has failed. This country refuses to come to grips. They just keep marching down that same radical far-right economic philosophy from 1987 to present, and they think they're going to use the same philosophy, they're going to get a different result. They don't get a different result. Same old, same old. They are not evil. Learn about them. Learn how to use them. You could take small money if you're an investor and you like to gamble the market and trade the market, and the stock market's gambling, make no mistake about it. And if you're a retail individual investor, you got computers that you're up against, you got these big fish. All us hedge funds guys, believe it or not, we all got replaced by a computer. Go to the New York Stock Exchange. Go on the tour next time you're alone in Manhattan. It looks like a damn museum. There's nobody there. What do you think this volatility is all about, these flash trades? It should be illegal. It should be illegal. Get out of the market. Leave your equities alone. Your 401, quit feeding these pricks your 401k money. You want to trade? Learn how to trade the derivatives market. And futures, there are no bottom end. Unless you're freaking some filthy rich, or you're working for an endowment, or you're doing hedge thing, stay away from those. Because you're not, say you got $10,000, you're not living to just losing $10,000. That's why they don't let anybody. You can lose millions with $10,000. In the options market, what you put in is what you lose. Credit default swaps, they're not transparent anyway. You and I can't trade in them. That's another bullshit. And you're right about that. That is bullshit. And the problem was, it's not that the derivative caused the problem. These people bought protection. They bought freaking protection on a thing. AIG. Yeah, when you go pay your insurance, you know how much you pay a year? I can go into a whole rant about that. $1 million in your lifetime insurance, you get none of it back. That industry booked the bet, and they didn't pay the bet. There's your culprit. There's your culprit, you dash for trash lovers. You know, call it out what it is. It surely wasn't a derivative that caused this. Everybody running, refinancing their house when they couldn't afford it. Easy money without work. Now, I like to say the Fed philosophy, free money for our friends as they move your jobs to China. You know, you people won't freaking go with tariffs, and you won't go with protection, because protectionism is somehow evil because Fox News told you it was. Fucking morons. Kevin Blanch.